Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm on the floor right now because I wanted to show you guys what I'm doing. So I'm actually going to do a little bit of a build. It's going to be kind of a different build, nothing fancy by any means. But what I want to do is take this left side of my miter station, the storage that I have underneath. I just kind of put a shelf system in there that has never really been useful, and I pre-ordered a few Systainers, the Generation 3 Systainers, and they're on pre-order and they're scheduled to ship hopefully by the end of this month. I did that because they're like 25 to 30 bucks cheaper if you pre-order them than if you wait till they're actually mass. You can buy them, without pre-ordering them, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, so I'm waiting for those to come in, and I want to build a couple of SysPorts to put my new Systainers right here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to demo all of this. I'm going to take the shelf out, take this take this brace out, and I'm going to build some three-sided cabinets. I know that sounds weird, but I'm going to show you why it works, and it saves me 3/4 of an inch and some material. So I'm going to build two of those. So I'm going to have two SysPorts that are going to go into this area right here, and I'll probably have a little bit left over to maybe put some small shelves for some small tools or whatever. I haven't really figured that out yet, but I'm going to take you along. It's my first build video, so don't expect anything in the likes of, Jay Bates or the Wood Whisperer or any of those guys that are experts at this. So I hope you guys enjoy. So let's get started tearing this thing down. I like to cut my sheet goods on top of foam board that I just cut up and lay on my garage floor. And it's always good to have an extra hand. 4x8 MDF is not light. Notice the cord. My trusty 24-inch woodpecker square. Notice the cord getting stuck here. So here I'm just laying out the side dimensions. Checking my square on my MFT, and it doesn't look quite right to me right now, so I'm going to lay my bigger 18-inch square and get it all straightened up before I get started cutting. Looks good. I'm cutting the sides here to 22 inches exactly. That just happens to be the measurements of my base dimensions underneath my tabletop. And here I'm measuring out the measurements for the top of the SysPorts. I've got to get a cordless track saw. So here I am just marking everything up. I tend to mark things up too much. Cutting the stretchers for the top and the bottom of the back of the SysPort. Just 2-inch strips. More marking. I'm laying out the lines for the pocket holes that I will use to attach the base of these SysPorts to the base of my cabinet. And notice this green adapter for my Craig K5 jig. It fits the CTs perfectly. Found this guy on Etsy. And here we're just going to knock out some pocket holes. Nothing fancy at all on this part. And I'm going to install some dominoes here. Now this is completely unnecessary, but I find it to help me put these things together, given that it's only 3 sides. So it's going to kind of act as a third hand for me when I put the top on. And you'll see that coming up. But again, this is completely unnecessary, but I also like using the domino. I think it's fun, so I figured this was a good opportunity to knock the dust off this thing. And I'm using 5x30 dominoes. So this is why I use the dominoes. They kind of act as my little third hand, since I'm not going to have 4 sides to this cabinet. So now comes just a lot of drilling. These are going to actually act as my clamps. So I'm just using a 3/32 inch bit here to pre-drill. And then I'm going to countersink all these holes and use 1 3/4 inch number 15 Torx head screws to attach everything. And this is where my multiple CXSs come in real handy. And these are the 2-inch stretchers that I'm placing on the top and the bottom of the back of these SysPorts, just to give it more rigidity and to hold it square, since there is technically not a base to these cabinets. And this is just shop furniture. It's okay. Doesn't have to be pretty. So here we are wrapping up this cabinet. Final screws going into the top stretcher, and we are going to begin the second build for the second SysPort the exact same way. Well, that is a wrap for today's project, guys. Thanks for joining the ride with me. I hope you found it fun. It was pretty fun to do. First time for everything, I guess. But I'm going to swing the camera around and show you guys what it is and why I built it. So these are going to be my SysPorts, okay? And the reason that I didn't put the fourth side to these cabinets is obviously because I already had a base, so I wanted to save the material and the 3/4 inch thickness that it would have accounted for if I would have put a base on it. So all I did was put some pocket screws to affix it to the base that was already on my shelf. And once my rails come in, I'll just be able to put, depending on what size Systainers I have, how many Systainers I'm going to be able to put in there. I'm hoping between 3 and 4, but again, it just depends on the size. But real simple project. You know, I was wanting to do this for a while, and I figured, hell, what's good time as any to do it today. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and big builds coming soon. The wife is finishing up the plans for my daughter's bed, so as soon as she gets those completed, I'll take you along for the journey. Not promising anything Oscar worthy, but it will sure be fun. So anyway, guys, thanks again and have a good one.